Hello and welcome to the Autocar show. This is the story of a great road and a great car. We've been on the road for 2 days with some really spectacular driving under our belts, and there's been a lot going on. We're going to tell you all about it because there are two great elements in store, and this location is just mind-blowing. An early start is the key to a great drive. The light traffic, cool weather and smooth highway gave us a warm welcome on this trip. While I was in charge of driving duties, the others were taking it easy. That's the co-pilot for the journey. It's his rest hour. Yep, while Osif slept, the Tata Arya, with the filming crew and equipment, rolled briskly towards Ahmedabad. Traffic was building on this 6-lane highway, but we were making good time. We were eager to get to Ahmedabad because that would mean we were that much closer to our destination. The Rann of Kutch. Spread over 5,000 square kilometers, the little Rann is a bleak desert for 6 months of the year. But that arid landscape has an appeal that's just too hard to resist. How did you come up with this idea?
We are all geniuses.
Like, it's not a natural thing to think of taking that car to that road. You get that one rooster tail somehow.
It should be easy. See, we just need to go on this, find a sort of flattish area and follow this thing straight.
And the mud flats, but won't be like those cracked earth.
Yeah, but that cracked earth is just like that thing. Okay, under
That's
that is
generally
hard.
very bumpy.
No, under that is hard. When you drive over it, it flattens out. It just flattens out.
So, it was going to be a very special drive. And for that, we would need a really special car. A sensible choice would be a big, powerful luxury SUV. Instead, waiting for us in Ahmedabad was a snarling, angry cat, the Jaguar XKR. We were just so excited to see the XKR for the first time in white sitting on that truck. I'm sure it felt like a caged animal and was dying to jump out. Well, that's exactly what we wanted as well, because we wanted to come here after all, right? So the Rann of Kutch. Hitting the road in a Grand Tourer that has 503 bhp on tap? Well, it's truly special. And then on a drive like this, it's almost epic. First off, there was the smooth 4-lane highway. It was just the place for the GT to stretch its legs and clear its throat. The supercharged V8 is one of the most beautiful motors I have driven, and it sounds fiery too. Its refined, easygoing nature though is a pleasant surprise, especially considering the massive performance on tap. I was having a blast. Driving the XKR here in India on public roads just feels special. This is a GT and it feels like a beautiful one. Beautiful. Soon the 4-lane highway was replaced by a lumpy 2-laner. Now another one of those speed breakers is coming up. Those triple hump ones, small ones which really rattle your teeth. Okay, just cruising over it. Impressed? Should be. Driving a supercar like this on broken and cramped Indian roads doesn't sound very relaxing. And the XKR's ability to take the rough with the smooth was put to the ultimate Indian test. Despite the ravaged roads, the XKR didn't go kamikaze on my spine. And on the narrow village roads, I had expected the XKR to scrape its belly. But it didn't. Never did we think about putting it back in the truck. Soon we were out of the village. The lumpy country roads did make the XKR bob around a bit, and the occasional pothole did thunk through. But this British supercar carried on with amazing grace. It really felt like it could drive straight into the run. But we soon arrived at our destination for the day. Rann Riders. It was our stopover point that's conveniently located next to the little run. The XKR deserved a good night's rest. We turned in early so that we would have a fresh start early next morning. So, it was at first light that the XKR found its way into the little run. The first time you see the endless flats of the run, it takes your breath away. And the Jag was here to play. Its 100mm of ground clearance proved to be more than enough. In this desolate landscape, there is nothing to mark your way. Except for a few paths used by trucks and bikers to get to the salt pans deep within the run, there are no roads. But given how smooth and soft the top layer is, wherever you tread becomes a new road. And the XKR was here to chart its own course. With the wide expanse, I just couldn't wait to kick up some dust. The XKR is a truly enchanting machine. The growl from the V8, the warp speed performance, the quick steering and thrilling handling made the run a very special place to explore the Jaguar in. And given the amount of space on hand, I was willing to push the boundaries. But to do that, I had to get the traction control completely disengaged. For that, you need to hold down the DSC button until the traction control disengages completely. And then, well, you can have a blast. With the ESP off, the XKR was, well, an animal unleashed. From a tame golf cart, it turned into a wheel spin churning junkie. You had to only breathe on the throttle and it would go fishtailing. It gave a clear idea of the Jag's normally suppressed abilities. You could write your name in drifts with this machine. It is that mental. You might think that an open space like this would be the perfect place to go flat out. But what it's even better for is to test your driving skills. The topsoil is very loose, so it's easy. With the loose sand underneath, it takes the best of driver skill to get the car turned in smoothly. So I challenged Osif to a race.
So Karthik's going first. We're timing him. I'm going to time him with this. Karthik, you ready? Right, 1, 2, 3, go! Very bad start, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen. Too much. Yeah, just not letting him do it. So I think the traction controls come back in. Yeah, definitely has. You've got to do it again.
I got a sample of the desert confusion that happens. I kind of lost my way. I'm hoping Osif gets even more lost than I did. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Damn it, I think the ESP is not cut in like it did with me. He's turned it around perfectly. 33.6. What was my time?
You were like 39 points.
Shut up! Okay, that was because of the ESP. I'm gonna go for another round.
So I sucked, but I found solace in kicking up some more dust. And as it turned out, the gods had a lot of dust in store for us. Later in the day, a dust storm showed the savage beauty of the run. The XKR sat calm and unperturbed. Its long low stance, its bright whiteness made the setting surreal. Every photo seemed prettier than the one before, but seeing the XKR drive up through the haze seemed like an illusion.
And the little run has been a big blast, but now it's time to go get the sand out of my eyes and my ears and everything and head out for some more action. We've still got roads to explore. A little bit on that a little bit later.
As the sun rose the next morning, the XKR was back on the road. After a strict diet of sand and mud, the XKR was hungry to gobble kilometers of tarmac, and there was plenty of it in store. We were headed to Dholavira, 240 kilometers away. We started the XKR off on a perfect two-lane highway. Despite its near 1.8-ton curb weight and 500 bhp, the XKR never felt unruly. It reeled in the road ahead. If you ever want to know what Grand Tourers are all about, drive an XKR. The deep, content purring from the engine made the journey all the more mesmerizing. Then we put it on a diet of blemish-free 4-lane highways. In its comfort zone, the XKR was nothing short of epic. The ride was graceful, the engine boundless, the experience simply unforgettable. Before we knew it, we reached the Great Run's salt flats, and what a sight it was. The salt plains on one side and the frothing water on the other. After that, we had only one stop remaining, Dholavira, the archaeological museum, our final point in the journey, which meant the Jaguar XKR had done it. Over every millimeter of this 400-kilometer journey, the XKR had purred, roared, leapt, and charged with all its heart and soul. So, in the end, saying goodbye wasn't easy.
The cat's back in the cage. I don't think anybody's happy about that. I'm sure we'll find another reason to get it out soon.